So in this video today, I want to demonstrate the technique of root pruning. This is a technique that home gardeners should become more familiar with, as it is an essential technique for houseplants that have been growing in containers for too long, or perhaps plants you pick up at the nursery that have been growing in their nursery pots for too long. And as a plant continues to grow in the same container, the roots start to circle their way around, and that is a big problem. So the first thing, of course, is we want to get our plants out of the container to take a look at the roots to see if they are indeed root bound and in need of root pruning. So I'm, of course, here with this Canna Lily, and I'm pretty sure that it is root bound. And the first thing that I notice right away, of course, is you can see these roots starting to go around the top in a horizontal fashion. And that means that they are starting to wrap around the top of the pot. That is not a good thing, because as we remember, roots are responsible for absorbing water and nutrients and transporting them throughout our plant's cells. And if they are circling like this, they're unable to do so very effectively. And so what starts to happen is the plant's health starts to decline. If you have a plant that looks like this, I'm glad you're watching, because you definitely need to root prune it. So the first thing that I like to do, get the plant on its side, take a look at the bottom. You can see it's totally wrapping all around. You can't even see any soil. So we're gonna remove that bottom about 1/2 inch or so. Now you're gonna wanna use something that is serrated, either a hori-hori with serration or just a serrated like bread knife. And we're just gonna literally cut it back. This is literally like a Frisbee. It's totally like 100% root material. There's even layers of roots in there. This is not good. Next thing I like to do is come up the sides. And depending on how root bound it is, you can cut about halfway, or in this case, I'm gonna go all the way up to the very top. And I will just travel around the plant, cutting these roots in half. And because the roots are also girdling along the top, we want to remove these that are going around the top. Then before we get it replanted, we'll take the bottom. Hopefully you can use your fingers at this point and just kind of flare them out. And another thing you can do if it is extremely root bound is you can actually shave off a layer of the side root material too. Just a really shallow layer. And last, just kind of cut into the top. Loosen that up. It's super dense. Gee whiz. Now, if you're root pruning the houseplant, for instance, and you can absolutely then just transplant it right back into that same container that it was in. And that root pruning, it's going to reinvigorate it. You're also going to be providing it with some fresh potting mix at this point. And so if you have found that your houseplant had been a little bit stagnant, this will definitely help to revitalize it. Now, for outdoor plants like this canna, I could absolutely take a container that was the same size and transplant it right back in here, adding a little bit of fresh potting mix. Or you can go to the next size container, which is what I'm gonna be doing, so that this can continue to grow a little bit bigger. So of course, start by adding some fresh, high quality potting mix. That looks pretty good. And then we'll just go around the sides, slowly but surely, adding it in. And it's super important, just kind of make sure it gets down into those cracks and crevices. You don't want any air pockets, because those roots that we did just cut, we want them to be absolutely blanketed with this fresh potting mix. And then of course, a nice drink of water to make sure all of the soil settles in. And now I have just absolutely given this canna a new look at life. It's ready to start growing again, producing more beauty for me at my home in my garden. If you've never tried root pruning before, but you've always wanted to, hopefully this video has given you the confidence to go out and do it. It's not hard to do. Once you do it a couple times, it gets really easy, and you will definitely reap the benefits of this extra additional care. If you do have any other further questions or comments, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. Thanks for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. I'll catch you later. Ciao.